Welcome, teachers. Today, we're going to get really practical. We're going to unlock one of the most powerful and honestly often overlooked parts of your teaching toolkit. All those amazing built-in supports in your teacher guide that are just waiting to help you reach every single student.
So let's just start with the big question, right? This is the central challenge we all face every single day. You look out your classroom, you see this whole universe of different needs, and you think, how do I teach this one lesson in a way that truly works for all of them?
Well, I've got some good news. The solution isn't about adding one more thing to your already full plate. It is not some new program or printing 20 different worksheets. The answer, you guys, is already in your hands, thoughtfully woven right into the curriculum you're using every day. All right, so here's our game plan. First, we'll talk about that diverse classroom challenge. Then we're going to open up that built-in toolkit. We'll get really specific with strategies for our emergent bilinguals and for scaffolding and extending learning for everyone else. And then we'll tie it all together with assessment and really see how this can transform our whole approach. Okay, first up, let's just ground ourselves in the reality of our classrooms. It's the whole reason these supports are so critical in the first place. You know this better than anyone. No classroom is just one thing. We've got students just starting their English journey, sitting right next to students who are ready for a huge challenge, sitting next to students who need very specific scaffolds to access the content. So that one-size-fits-all lesson, it just doesn't cut it. It can't. That's our shared reality. All right, so let's get to the good stuff. Let's see how your curriculum is actually designed to help you meet this challenge head-on. It's time to open up the toolkit. So what are we even talking about when we say embedded supports? Well, these are not an afterthought. They are intentional, in-the-moment tools. You know, those call-out boxes, the little notes in the margin, specific questions. And they're placed exactly where you need them, right in the flow of the lesson to help you differentiate on the fly. And just look at what's inside this toolkit. It's not just one or two things. On pretty much every page of your guide, you're going to find universal access notes, support, and challenge callouts, really specific guidance for emergent bilingual students, and even formative assessment checks, and they're all designed to work together. Let's really zoom in on one of these tools and see how it works. You know, supporting our emergent bilingual students is absolutely crucial, and the curriculum gives us this fantastic tiered approach to do exactly that. I mean, this is such a brilliant way to tailor the support. For a student who's just beginning, a simple yes-no question is a perfect, low-risk way to participate. But for a more advanced speaker, we can push them to use that content-specific vocabulary in a full sentence. It's the same lesson, same content, but we're meeting different language needs. And here's the thing. These aren't just vague suggestions. They are concrete, practical tools you can use tomorrow. This sentence frame right here from the kindergarten unit on Native Americans is a perfect example. It's gold. It gives the student the grammatical structure they need so they can focus all their brain power on the history, on the content. It's a bridge that lets them show you what they know. Okay, so now let's see how this exact same idea, that targeted, in-the-moment support, applies to all of our learners, from those who need just a little extra help to those who are ready to fly. Here's a classic support call-out. Picture this. A student is struggling to answer a question. What do? You don't just move on. The guide is right there, whispering in your ear. Hey, go back to the text, reread that key sentence, point to the picture. You're modeling how to find evidence and making sure that student doesn't get left behind. It's so simple, but so effective. Now let's flip it. What about our kids who are ready for more? While some students are drawing a picture to show they get it, that little challenge box gives you an idea to push others. Have them label it, or write a phrase, maybe even a whole sentence about it. It's a really natural extension that deepens the same exact activity. It doesn't just replace it with busy work. So these supports are amazing during the lesson, but they become absolutely crucial when we start thinking about assessment. How can we use these tools to make sure every student can truly show us what they know? Let's use the pamphlet activity from Unit 6 as our example. This is a multi-day assessment where kindergartners are building a pamphlet about settlements like St. Augustine and Jamestown. Now, the goal is for every single student to succeed, but we know that success is going to look a little different for each one of them. And this is how we do it strategically. We don't just assign the pamphlet and hope for the best. We use our toolkit. Step 1, we use those advanced prep notes to build background knowledge. 2, during the lesson, we use the support callouts to review key vocab. 3, when it's time to write, we pull out those sentence frames for our language learners. And 4,
For our advanced students, we use that challenge prompt to push them to add more detail. See? It's a multi-layered strategy for success. So let's pull all these threads together now. What does this really mean for how we approach our teaching every single day? This is the big mindset shift. These supports aren't extra items on your to-do list. They are the lesson. They're the tools that empower us to be responsive, to be strategic. It's not seeing differentiation as part of the lesson's very DNA. So I'll leave you with this one question to think about as you plan your next lesson. What changes when we stop thinking of differentiation as something extra we have to add on and start seeing it as simply good teaching built right into the design from the very beginning? Thank you.